Mike misses it.
Got the shot.
Gonna release it now. Just off the mark, but Chaminade once again. Don Doucette with a terrific coaching job. Tom Izzo has his first victory as the head coach of Michigan State.
I've really been here since '84, other than a 6-week stint in Tulsa. And what I think motivated me is I loved what I was doing. I loved where I was at. And I really appreciated the guy I worked for. I think he was a guy that was a student of the game, and that's what I think I became. I wanted to be on the road a lot, probably not quite as much as I've been, but I've been on the road a lot, and I've met hundreds of people that hopefully in my profession will be able to help me in the future. A couple things I learned from Judd is he never made me do anything that he wouldn't do himself. He gave me the famous lines that, remember, as mad as you get at people, everybody's got a job to do, everybody's got a boss to please. And I've kind of used that for my 25 years as head coach. And for the most part, it served me well.
Be strong with the ball, slow down. All right, we just got off to the worst start in the history of basketball. And you deserved it because we did not play hard enough.
Everybody's got a different opinion on what a good coach is. Is he good X's and O's? Is he a good recruiter? Is he good dealing with the outside worlds and the fundraising and all that of a university? I think a good coach is a guy that spends a lot of time at his craft. And a lot of time at his craft means you do have to do all those things. You're kind of a guy that wears a lot of hats. But sometimes what I think I've been able to hold on to here that a lot of people kind of put by the wayside as they get better is spending time with your players. And if I looked at what I would want out of a parent for a coach, it'd be somebody that spent time with the players and had time for the players. And I think that's one thing myself and my staff have excelled in.
I love Coach, and he's done so much for me and helped me so much. And I know he's got my back, and I got his back for the rest of our life.
Here we go,
The hardest part of coaching is the coach toughness. If you don't have it, it's not like you get it by just reading a book. You usually got to persevere through something, whether it be the physical part of lifting weights, being physical in practice, the mental part of dealing with losses, dealing with failures. Some of those things, the only way you get to them is to go through them. I don't think many people want to pay the price to go through them anymore.
Defense still wins championships at every level and every sport. Number two, the toughest players usually win, unless you have incredible skill. So when you think it's enough, it's not.
We've been said to be a football team on hardwood. We've gotten a lot of, I think they're compliments. I'm just sometimes not sure. But I don't think it matters if you're in the media business, the business, the athletic business, the academic business. I don't think it matters. Toughness is something you got to have. And toughness is always portrayed as the boxer who knocks somebody down or the football player who tackles somebody. There's physical toughness and there's mental toughness. And I think to be champions, you got to have both.
Boy, a gutsy effort by them, though.
3 matchups, 3 second-half comebacks against Michigan this year.
They are so tough mentally. I mean, we always talk about their physical play, their rebounding, their aggressiveness, but mentally, they just have a way of reaching back and getting more.
It's going to be easy to say dreams can come true, because if you don't think that this is the biggest dream, the biggest goal of a small-town boy, making what I consider big, you're kidding yourself.
I have had some offers to go, and I look at it like I did the first time I turned a job down in the NBA, you know. There's something about football Saturdays. There's something about being involved with an incredible brand that is trying to make the world a better place. You know, Michigan State University is a global university, and we have a chance to touch people all over the globe. And being there on those Saturdays and walking the campus, going for a jog, seeing all the students, I think it not only keeps you younger, but I think it educates you more on just because people change the length of their hair, just because they change the way they say something. The constant has been, you got to be organized, you got to be disciplined, you got to have some character, and that hasn't changed over the years, and I think it keeps me close to that. The most rewarding part of this job is getting to watch people do what I got to do. When I was in college, my buddy Mariucci and I used to sit there at night and dream of being at places like this or being in the NBA or NFL like he ended up, and we talked about it, we dreamed about it, and very, very, very few people get to live their dream. My chances of being at Michigan State from Iron Mountain, Michigan were 1,000,000 to 1. Players' chances of going from, a nobody to an NBA player, NFL player are 1,000,000 to 1. And we don't realize that. We think it's a rite of passage. You play at a school like this, you're automatically in the NBA. It doesn't work that way. So when I get the chance to see a player do something that nobody thought he could do, some players it's get to the NBA. Some players I've had, they were the first ones in the family to graduate from college. I've never missed a graduation since I've been here for all my players because it is one of the more exhilarating things you get to do.
I want to take one together. Give me one at a time. I want to take one together.
With the 4th pick in the 2018 NBA Draft, the Memphis Grizzlies select Jaren Jackson Jr. from Michigan State University, Miles Bridges, Denzel Valentine.
Players that get drafted in the first round, I try to make it to every draft night in New York, partly for them, partly so I can enjoy the journey. We don't enjoy the journey enough, and the journey is watching a guy come from a Jaren Jackson, a 6'10", 220-pound guy to a 6'11", 245-pound guy in a year, and all the good things that happen for him. That, for me, is not only rewarding, it's exciting, and getting a chance to live your dream, I still think few people get to do.
Game over! Game over! The improbable run is probable. We're going to the Final Four.
Remember this, though. Remember this the rest of your life. Whatever you do, it's a memory of your life.
My proudest moment, really, honestly, is watching guys fulfill their dreams.
Draymond Dramal Green.
Watching guys graduate that never have. The national championship was great. The plane on the aircraft carrier in front of a president of the United States was phenomenal. But I think watching people do things that nobody was betting on them able to do, now that's an accomplishment. For me, this has been an incredible journey. I think if I had to do something over, I'd try to enjoy the journey more, but I realize there's a process. I think right now kids think they want to skip different parts of the process. They want to go from here to here, and the process is the journey. And I hope I can find time in 2000, the last day of that team, that championship team, the last Big Ten game was here. And my assistants asked me what I hope for the game. I said, I just hope we're up enough at the end that I can take everybody out and sit on the bench for 2 minutes and enjoy what they've accomplished and what we built here in these 5 years. We got a chance, we were 50 up, we got a chance to do that. And that was probably one of the more memorable days I've had, because I actually, during the game, got to take 2 minutes, told my assistant, Mike Garland, you're coaching the team. I'm going down with the fellas and enjoy some time. Priceless. As Magic Johnson said to my team after we won the national championship in the locker room, he said, this won't mean as much to you tonight as it will 5 years from now, and 10 years from now, and 20 years from now. And I've always remembered that about everything. I'm sure when a player sees me at graduation, they think, oh God, I gotta go get a picture with Coach. Thought I was done with him. But I think 5 years from now, it'll be wow. And then 20 years from now, when maybe he's dealing with his own kids. And 30 years from now, when he comes back to reunions, I think they'll see it as time goes on. And that's really the bottom line, you know. I don't expect anybody to understand everything now, because I sure didn't. But I think as time goes on, you appreciate people that spend time with you, people that helped you. When people tell me I've been here 25 years, I tell them they're on the dial-a clue. That can't be, you know. It just doesn't seem like it's possible. I've been here 37 years as a GA on up, but the 25 years as a head coach, as we all know in sports, we're kind of hired to be fired, and that doesn't happen very often. So I feel blessed by the board, by the presidents, by the fans, by the media that have helped me keep this job. But I also think it is an incredible accomplishment to try to keep something at a very high level. I'm proud of that. I'm proud of the guys that went on. As I said, everything's not perfect in the world. And sometimes we think that an athlete or a coach should be perfect. You know, we bleed, we cry, we make mistakes, and hopefully we try to minimize those. And when you do that, I think I get the chance to help make the world a better place. But I think there's a lot to be accomplished yet. As a guy told me a long time ago after we won the first one, we did win one. John Wooden won 10. A lot of work yet to do. If we've done it trying our hardest to make everybody proud of what we've done, then I think I've got a hell of a legacy. And the wins, the championships, they're all part of it. But I'd rather people know me as a good guy who didn't let fame or money change him, and cares about people, and not afraid to get mad, and not afraid to cry.